Hey everybody, it's me, Mr. D. I'm back with another one. I'm gonna try to make this one quick, really this time. Um, I work. I'm telling you, when I just got off the phone with somebody, and I get a little frustrated sometimes because people still don't understand who they are. And when you're trying to do these processes, discharge debt, submit a promissory note to somebody, you have to do it with confidence. Um, the person asked, they asked me, which a lot of people do. Well, can I do that with, we're talking about submitting a coupon or something to a CFO or, it's a head of a corporation. And, you know, you can, they, they're people just like you are. They have jobs. Some of them just have a higher position, make a little bit more money than you do, but they have two legs, two arms, two eyes. They put their clothes on the same way you do. So I played football, and one thing I learned, it was a good experience for me about football, is that it's not the size of the guy that you're going up against. It's the heart that you have. And if you've got a big, strong heart, you may not be the biggest person in the world, the strongest person in the world, but they're gonna catch hell trying to deal with you because your heart is strong. You know what's inside of you. I know what's inside of me. So you've got to get to that point where you understand it. You got to be able to express your concerns confidently when you're dealing with these people. You know, I can't express that more. It's just that's something you have to do. And if you are afraid to say what you need to say or to have somebody address or address somebody about your concerns, then you shouldn't do this because this is, to them, it's a game. And it kind of like it's a game to me too, and you have to get to the point where that's how it is. And I know it's hard to do sometimes when you're struggling to pay bills and things like that, because this is by design. You guys, the whole situation we're in now is by design. And keep in mind, no matter whether it's a Democrat or a Republican, the Federal Reserve runs this country. It decides when we're going to have a boom, when we're going to have a bust. They raise interest rates, they lower interest rates. You know why? Because they make the money. They make the money that we use. So it doesn't matter who gets in office, because if you've noticed, not a single president, well, I take that back. Two presidents were killed because they tried to do away with the Federal Reserve. And they were assassinated. But you know, since then, not a single president has said, I want to do away with the Federal Reserve. That's why you shouldn't vote, because they don't care. Because all the problems that we have right now are because of the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is a trustee of this bankrupt corporation called the United States. And they are just fleecing the American people. But anyway, what I want to get to, you've got to find a way to become confident in who you are. Even when you write your processes out, when you do a private administrative process, when you send a letter to somebody, people can tell where you are spiritually, mentally, and they can tell pretty much how far your education has gone, depending on how you write. And you've got to write with confidence. And I'm trying to find out a way to wake you guys up to see that once you do this, once they know you know how to fight, you get your remedy. I know because I'm there. I get remedies, but not everybody will, because you're not me. I'm not afraid to get locked up for a couple of days, a week, whatever, because I have been before. Not for this, but I didn't always. I was always a good dude, but I'm a good man now. So, but I'm just saying, you know, imagine this. Say that you're a baby elephant. You were out in the Serengeti or wherever, and somehow you got lost from your mother, and this circus, Barnum and Bailey, came and grabbed your ass and brought you back to the circus. And they kept you there, and you were there for 5 years, but they took care of you. They gave you all the food you wanted. They kept you clean. You performed for them. You were in their show, but you wanted for nothing. Everything you wanted, you got from them, and in return, you performed in those shows. So that means that the experience you've had from the time you were born until now is this experience with this circus. You've never experienced freedom before. So one day they come up to you and they say, "Well, he's been with us 5 years. That elephant. Now you're 12 feet tall. You're 7 tons. You 14, 15,000 pounds you weigh. So now they're going to take the collar off your neck and they're going to free you. And now you're free. So what do you do now? So because from the time you were born, you've been with these people and they've taught you how to live your life. But you knew something was wrong at a certain age that, I'm just walking around in circles. I can't go anywhere. I got to perform every night. And then one day you look out and you see these elephants out in this field. And I would say out on the Serengeti, the plain, wherever, you got good sight, you can see really far. And so you see them out there chilling. They're getting grass. They're eating their own grass. They're finding shit. When they get hot, they get in the pool or mud and they roll around. They're living a republic life. They're living the life that they have control of. You, on the other hand, live the life in that circus. And that's all you really know. So now you have masters. You have people you ask if you can leave. You ask if you can do certain things. The elephants out there on the plain in the republic don't ask anything. They just do what they want to do because they were born free. So how do you bridge that gap? So now when they take that collar off your neck, they free you physically, but mentally you're still a slave. And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to see, that you've got to find a way to put all this programming behind you and realize that you are the authority. We're the ones that create the credit, for these people to use. Every car you buy, you gave them the money to sell it back to you. You gave them the car. They could buy the car. They could sell it back to you. So your whole goal, what I'm trying to get to in this is that you understand that you're that elephant that has been released and you want a better life, but you're afraid to let go of the security you had with the United States taking care of you or with the circus taking care of you. And now if you go out on that plane, what do you have? You've got to gather your own food. You've got to find your own water, your own protection. All this stuff is foreign to you. So you're going to have a hard time with it. But what do? So you don't like the life you're in, but you don't know if this life will be better or not. So, but one thing is a given, you don't like where you are. So you must stretch yourself. You've got to get to the point where you just let it go. You say, okay, I'm going to come out of my comfort zone. And I remember the first time I did, I had to step into a courtroom. Like, oh man, I was nervous as shit. I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous. I could hardly get my words out. But then the second time I went in, third time, now it's a little different. Sometimes I still get nervous because there's lawyers, judges, and it's crazy. But you do it. And that's how you free yourself. So when you call me and we have these consultations and you say, well, can I do this? Can I do that? I know a lot of it is because you're not educated enough. I'm not saying you're dumb, but you don't know enough yet how to move forward. But you've got to find a way to be confident. You have a job. If you have a job you've been at a long time, you're good at it. You weren't always good at that job, but yet now you're an expert at it. But how did you start off? But look at the confidence you have now. When I first started as a high school teacher, I was a little nervous because some of the kids smarter than I was. But then I realized I had something they did. And I mean, even when I looked at the times from the 90s, the 2000s, and the kids changed, the cultures changed, the classrooms changed. But yet, because of the experience I had, I was able to change with it and actually bring a new way of looking at life and looking at education. And I got an award for Seattle Public Schools. I got, social justice Teacher of the Year award from Seattle Public Schools in 2017. I think it was 2017. I got it up on my wall right there, black. But it's just when you step out of your comfort zone, your world opens up. And every step you take, it's a step of confidence, and you realize you're on your way to where you need to go. But you cannot sit in that seat and just let them keep electrocuting you, let them keep beating you or hitting you or holding you down, because you'll never get anywhere. And if you are comfortable doing that, then please do not call me and try to set up an appointment. Will you do this for me? Will you do that for me? Because then I become your slave master, and I don't want that. So the best thing you guys need to do, well, first, I think the first thing you should do is try to educate yourself. And when I mean by educating yourself, turn inside. Who are you? Find out who you are. And there are some things you've done in your life that you never thought you could do, that you did it. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to take a step back and just think about some of the things in your life that you're like, oh, yeah, I did do that, didn't I? And everybody has those moments. I had a moment. I mean, speaking in front of 3,000 people at the time. I never thought I would do it, but I did. I worked for Fox Television. I got on there, my very first show. I should put the video up. And I was nervous, but I said, no, I'm gonna do this because I'm Dana. I know what I can do. And when I got done, the guy said, dude, you're a natural at this. And next thing you know, I became the fitness expert for Fox TV for 2 years, 2 or 3 years. And so anyway, those are the videos I have on my other, if you Google Dana Sanders, Fox TV or fitness, it comes up. But anyway, what I'm getting at, people, is that you're that little elephant that looked out and was afraid to go out and become, he grew up, but that even at the size, the big elephant would look out at that field and didn't have enough confidence to go out there and live on its own. And he had the opportunity to do it. And that's all because of the way you've been raised. The Jesuits had a phrase. They said, if you give me a child to the age of 7, I can show you the man. And that's true, because kids are a recorder when they're young. They watch everything you do, and then that's what they become. And the Jesuits said, we will instill certain values in these kids that it'll be almost impossible to get rid of. And that's what happens to when you come out of the womb. From the time you're in high school, you've been indoctrinated, and that's what school does to kids. So you've got, it's up to you. If you want to be free, you can pay for it. There's a cost for everything you do in this world. And I think that's why you come here. I think that's why you're in this realm. And because every realm, you're building your spirit. What you're doing is you're creating a higher you. And you'll vibrate at a certain level at here in this realm. And then once your vibration changes, once you've got enough knowledge and love for yourself, you may leave this realm and go to the next one. And that made me think of something. If you ever look up at the sky, and if you're driving down a road and you see clouds, you'll notice that all the clouds are flat on the bottom. They're fluffy on the top, but they're flat on the bottom. And that's that next realm you need to get to. And just when you're thinking, because I know when I go, I'm going up there. So because I have opened my mind and I'm open to everything. And I understand everything. Because all you have to do is internalize what someone has told you and take that and run with it. But when you internalize it, you'll take that, you'll look at it, and then you'll give it your perspective. You put your little twist on it, and then you move forward. So anyway, I'm done right now, but this is Mr. D, Mr. D's Classroom. Remember, happiness is a choice, so choose to be happy, and you are whatever comes after I am. Oh, don't go yet. I do have on my website classes. I think they're $2.99, and it's 8 classes. They're about an hour long each. And what it does, it shows you. I have a section there where it shows you how to think in order to be able to do these processes. And in that, I have everything from discharging debt to changing your status with a letter. I give a lot of examples and stuff, but you can go onto my site, MrD'sClassroom.com, and you can pick that up if you want to. It's up to you. And it comes with a free call too. So you pay the $2.99 and you also get a free 40 to 50 minute call. We just set that up after you pay. So anyway, Now I can say it, but I already said it. So you guys be happy. Have a good day. Ciao.